All right, filming, it's rolling.
So, okay, so we're coming up to the new property. We just left the old one. We haven't driven even 60 seconds. There's right before our property, there's this old property. It has an old vandalized house, and it goes, man, it goes, I don't know, 30 minutes straight back in the woods before you hit anything. That's not it. That's another property. So here's the sliver before ours. And this trail coming up here, that goes up to our property. And our gate to the property is right here. So from the road, you really can't see much. Oh look, it's our buddy. So this dude here on this bicycle ahead of us, we see him riding, like we know where he lives. He lives fucking a ways from here where there are plenty of riding trails. Parallel to this highway is riding trail as well, where he could ride and not be in the fucking road. So this motherfucker here rides here, and he's got this 6-foot fucking pole sticking out, and we have seen semi-trucks throw their brakes on to miss him. Usually you have to come into oncoming traffic to avoid him, and he's just a fucking asshole. His looks like somebody might have bumped his little sign there or something.
It's probably a road hazard.
It's a high, yeah. Well, fucking turn around. Fucking the cars are all going behind him. Yeah. Going around him into the oncoming traffic to pass him. So, looking at, we've been cutting a lot of wood down on the property, and we brush hogged it and then mowed back over it. And we're using some of the bigger Craftsman mowers that Craftsman makes, and using them kind of to cut the sapling stumps down. It is working. I'm sure it's really hard on them. We definitely need a bigger mower. I'm looking at some zero turns, Big Dog, Bad Boy, Dixie choppers, things along that line. And you start looking at mowers, and fuck, that's a whole nother world of shit. Like, there's $30,000 lawnmowers out there. Dixie choppers is known to have the fastest. That's not what we're going with. I want something bigger and super sturdy. But the Dixie chopper shit's pretty neat. Like, they came to Kawasaki makes the better motors for these mowers right now, I guess. And they approached several companies making motors, Kohler and Kawasaki, a couple others, about making a bigger mower, and there wasn't enough market for those companies to tool up on it. So
that's this thing.
That's synced into this.
Oh.
There wasn't enough mowers. There wasn't enough market, so they actually made a mower with 2 engines on the thing, which is pretty wild. But we're gonna go with a bigger zero turn, probably like a 60+ inch deck, and that'll cut most of that property there. And then we're looking at some tractors and stuff. Kubota is another option for a large mower like that. We looked at a Kubota dealer in Franklin, Tennessee yesterday. I didn't even know Kubota was in that game, but they've got high-end professional mowers that are, you know, 20 grand, and those are pretty wild. Like, we don't need something like that. We're gonna go with probably a $10,000-ish mower, try to find one pre-owned, and then looking at tractor options as well. Not real big tractor, but big enough it'll carry a brush hog and front end loader and all that stuff. And there's a lot of that shit out pre-owned as well. We'll probably go Kubota with that. I'm gonna get the animals moved over pretty soon, within the next couple weeks. Get at least the goats over there, and get a couple dogs, and start getting some fencing and shit up over there for that stuff. Our company that we're using to do the tear out and the rebuild in the new building texted this morning, and we're good to start this week, so they'll start working on that. We're just waiting on some final paperwork back, title and stuff, deed and all that shit, and we'll start sometime this week on all that. So we thought we'd just give you a little, kind of show you what we've done so far out here, as far as the farm and garden homestead shit goes. We'll go back up this way in a minute. Let's go this way. So all this brush and shit over here, it was all the way around, and you can see the brush hogged down a shitload of it. Our buddy Taylor's got a big ass tractor, big New Holland tractor with a 12-foot brush hog, And he spent a good part of a day out here brush hogging all this shit down. And then we came back over it with the mowers and took it down even, just to try to clean it up. Like this little stand of these trees and shit, this whole field was that. And they hogged over all of it. All of it was just like these little trees in the tree line. This whole entire area was that. And then we've been coming back through here. We've just been getting out here, so they hogged all this down. But there's a ton of these fucking giant rocks. So we've been trying to get all that shit out. And clean it up. We've got a bunch of these wind-blown trees. There's a hammer. I told them I couldn't get left out here. Sure shit. So we've got, I don't know, 100 or so of these probably that we've just been cutting up, and then we're going to split them, stack them for firewood, and just all this debris like this shit over here. We're going to clean all that shit out of there, and then leave all the big trees and little stands around them.
Is that the tree that had all the water in it?
That is, yeah, that hollow piece was full of water. And it goes a few acres over, and then we've got, you know, 100 or so acres behind us that was logged a couple years ago. So we're gonna cut through and just make some trails for the razors and shit through here, and then maybe put in some kind of PT course or something. We can do a loop around the whole entire property and build a little obstacle course or something through here. So there's another big tree, or part of one there. You couldn't even see through any of this. You couldn't see daylight that direction. You couldn't see any of that, the little saplings and stuff back there. And Tyler and Cody cut all this shit up, and then we hauled it out of here on the four-wheeler with a trailer. And the log splitter went down, so we didn't get to split too much wood. And then Amanda and Dakota came through here and clipped most of this shit out. So that's what we were doing this weekend.
What the hell is the matter with him?
And we can go through, you know, it just gives us an area to keep some of the goats and stuff and put them out here and just out of sight, away from the buildings and stuff. And kind of what we've been doing.
We should probably leave those two out here also.
Way over me, dude.
Do what?
Way over, I'm sorry. Way over me. Can I put your hair on the small of your back shoulder?
I didn't even realize old Heather Leather was out here.
Top here, this little hill was all brush. Like you couldn't even walk up here or through here. We hogged that down and then mowed over it, and then built a couple little jumps for the razors over here, and there's some trails going up through there. Our property pretty much follows that tree line, and where it starts coming this way, we go a little bit back past there. We're going to take these AC units on here. We're not going to use any of those. We're going to start taking that shit off of there and get that all cleaned up. And then we've got a quote already. Dude's going to come in, paint the inside and the outside of the building, and then they start working on the building this weekend, start doing the tear out. We'll show you. So the first thing they're going to do is come in and start ripping all this wood off the wall and do all this shit, tear this out, tear this wall out, take that and basically just make all of this one big open bay. So all of that shit will come out. That upper level, he said they're going to try to tie into that loft as it was, continue on, but those stairs won't be there. That piece that comes out, none of that shit will be there either. Basically, that wall will come all the way across. The only thing that will be left framed in is the kitchen. We'll keep that. And then there's a second building they put on the back, which makes all the bathrooms. Those four, that'll stay. But we're going to do...
You're going to keep them in a maze format like that back there?
No, not at all. And then we're going to take all this overhead shit out of here, all the three-phase stuff, all this conduit, that's coming down. The airline's coming down. We'll rerun our airlines where we actually need them. And cleaned all this up. You can see the mower that we were talking about. Like if you guys gotta ever move shit around, like I couldn't imagine doing it anymore with a wheelbarrow. We got that. There's a trailer. I guess it's out back. But these are the two mowers we've been running shit over with, and while it does it, it's definitely taking its toll on it. There's a bunch of saplings, and they're, you know, it's big around. Some of them bigger Some of them are big enough to the point when you hit them with the mower, it just high centers the mower. So we spent a lot of time fucking with that, but we've pretty well got it. There's still a little more to do. That's that log splitter we just broke, the 22 Husky, and it's worked. We've had it for a few years. It did stay outside, but it sheared a piece off. Last time we were using it at the shop, we were cutting some wood. It was so big, it took 3 of us to move it to it, and that thing sheared off. But this time, this wood's, it's pretty dry and it's small, so it shouldn't have sheared the piece off. So we're probably gonna end up with getting a bigger log splitter and then get that one going. A lot of you guys saying get steel stuff. We've got Husqvarna because Husqvarna is available here, and there's not many steel dealers around here. We've got the 455 Rancher, which is the biggest one that Lowe's sells, and we've had a few of those over the years. We've got 2 now, and then we just got something bigger, which came from one of our local farm supply places. This one, the 327, it's the same size almost as the 455, and it's the same bar. But this is literally twice the saw. It cuts through shit like butter. Even with a brand new chain on there, that saw, both of them are pretty new. But still, and Husqvarna, a lot of you guys asking about that. As far as I'm concerned, it's the difference between Ford and Chevy. I own both of them. I would own Stihl if we had a bunch of Stihl available here, but we didn't. And when I needed to get these saws, that was what I could go buy today. So that's why we ended up with them. As far as the Echo shit, everybody, you know, talking shit about the Echo stuff. I got those saws because they were small, and Amanda and Dakota could run them if they had to. We got them for emergency and storm cleanup, and they got brought here and used. But you guys have nothing better to do than give fucking chainsaw advice. You should probably put up some pictures of your fucking shit too. But that's why we got them, because they were super lightweight. Yeah, we wouldn't be logging with them. We wouldn't be cutting a bunch of shit. We got them because small people can use them in an emergency if they have to. But that's it. There's a pile of shit we're gonna haul out, but that's what we've got done so far. All right.